Storytime with Me TV, where books come alive. In the bustling town of Pineberry Hollow lived Matthew the dog, a happy pup with big dreams and an even bigger bark that echoed joyfully through cobblestone alleys. Every morning, Matthew sat on the tallest hill just beyond the bakery, watching birds soar and clouds drift, wondering what it would be like to touch the sky. One blustery afternoon, a strange sound drifted down from the clouds, a high, whistling tune that made Matthew's ears perk and his paws twitch with wonder. He raced through the village, asking everyone if they heard it, but no one else seemed to notice the sky's mysterious melody. Old Granny Mabel, who ran the lantern shop, smiled gently and whispered, "Only those with hearts full of wonder can hear the sky whistle." That night, Matthew couldn't sleep. The tune played softly in the breeze, calling him. So, with a scarf around his neck and a biscuit in his pack, he set off to find its source. He wandered through moonlit fields and over sleepy streams, following the faint song that danced just beyond reach, always ahead but never fading. By sunrise, Matthew reached the Whispering Bluffs, where wind carved shapes in the stone and wildflowers bowed as he passed. There he met a goat with spectacles named Thistle, who said the sky whistle came from the Cloudhorn, a mythical peak far beyond the Tallgrass Valley. Thistle lent him a map and a sky compass, warning, "The higher you climb, the more the wind will test your spirit." Matthew nodded with a determined wag. As Matthew entered Tallgrass Valley, golden grass brushed his belly and butterflies followed his tail, but the path grew twisty and hidden. He stumbled into a windy hollow where leaves spun like dancers, and there he met a raccoon named Clee who played melodies on bottles hung from trees. Clee taught Matthew to listen with his heart, not just his ears, and gave him a wind chime to guide him when the path seemed lost. Days passed. Storms howled, stars sang, and Matthew trudged onward, ears high and paws muddy, the sky whistle stronger with every step. He climbed narrow ridges and crossed rope bridges, until at last he reached the base of Cloudhorn, shrouded in mist and echoing with distant notes. Halfway up the mountain, the wind grew wild and tumbled him backward again and again, but Matthew rose each time, steadied by the chime's soft ringing. At the summit, the wind became a roar, and in the center stood an ancient whistle-shaped stone, glowing faintly beneath the clouds. Matthew stepped forward and howled, not in fear but in joy, and the wind caught his voice, lifting it high until it harmonized with the sky. The stone shimmered and sang back, the melody of the sky whistle swirling around him like a dance, and in that moment Matthew understood. He belonged to the wind. He didn't fly, but his heart soared. And with the chime in his paw and the wind in his ears, he began the journey home with a song that never left him. When he returned to Pineberry Hollow, the townsfolk noticed something new in his bark. An echo of the sky, a whisper of wonder. He built a tiny wind garden near the bakery, where bottles and chimes sang for all to hear, and children came to sit quietly and listen to the breeze. Old Granny Mabel visited often, sipping tea beside him, smiling as the tune danced through the air. "See, Matthew? The sky sings to those who dream." And so, whenever the wind hummed across the hills, those with hearts wide open could hear a dog's joyful howl twirling through the sky forevermore.